BestBookBits.com presents 50 Words to Your Dreams, Chapter 15, Attitude. Do you want to know how to manifest your dreams? Do you want to know the simple, straightforward, no bullshit path to take your dream out of your head into reality? This 50-chapter video series titled 50 Words to Your Dreams has the answers. Researched for over 10 years and compiled into video, written, and audio format for easy consumption, this series will empower you with the know-how and tools you need to manifest your dreams into reality. Created by myself, Michael George Knight, the creator of the YouTube channel Best Book Bits and the website bestbookbits.com, this series is a wealth of knowledge condensed down into 50 bite-sized pieces. So without further ado, I bring you chapter 15 of the book, 50 Words to Your Dreams, Attitude. Attitude is defined as the way we think or feel about something. Our attitudes we have right now in the present are made up of the past accumulation of our thoughts and beliefs. We have the power right now in this moment to start the process of consciously changing our attitude. Shift your attitude to start being an optimistic and positive person instead of being a pessimistic and negative person, and your life will change for the better. Attitude is either going to take you to your major aim or it is going to stop you. It is in this little one thing that makes all the difference. You can begin to change your attitude by programming your mind with positive information, not negative information, which is primarily marketed through mainstream media. It is as simple as seeking out positive information and positive people and keeping away from negative people and negative information in our lives. The difference that attitude makes. Attitude is an outward reflection of an inner state of mind. We all carry with us an internal attitude of mind that shows itself to the world through our facial expressions, speech, presence, and ultimately our actions. Attitude is your inner compass that directs the course of your life. Simply put, have a shitty attitude and you'll have a shitty life. Have an amazing attitude and you'll have an amazing life. I'm not talking about external things here. I'm talking about the stuff that matters, which is internal. Understand ultimately that it is you who is the maker and creator of your attitude, not the world around you. Viktor E. Frankl, the famous psychiatrist, had this revelation surrounded by death and hopelessness in a Nazi concentration camp. Everything can be taken from a man, but one, the last of the human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Attitudes throughout the day. When you wake up in the morning, what's the first thought you have about the day? When you leave home for work, what thoughts do you have? When you're on the job and getting through the day, what are you constantly thinking about? When you finish a hard day's work, what's going through your mind? When you rest your head on the pillow at the end of the day, what are the thoughts about the day you had? The reason I'm asking you the above questions about your thoughts during the day is because your thoughts and attitude are one of the same. As an attitude is a state of mind and thoughts make the mind, you see that thoughts and attitude reside in the same place. When you wake up in the morning, you control the thoughts you think about. You can direct your mind towards gratitude first about receiving another day on planet Earth. You can think about how productive today is going to be. When you leave home for work, you can be grateful you have a job to go to that provides the life you have and think about what you want out of today. When you're on the job, you want to be thinking about doing your best, and when you finish work, you want to know that you gave it your best. At the end of the day, when you lay your head on that pillow at night, you know that the day you had reflected the thoughts you carried in your head, which in turn created your attitude. Remember, tomorrow is a new day, and you choose your attitude. Quotes on attitude. A great attitude does much more than turn on the lights in our world. It seems to magically connect us to all sorts of serendipitous opportunities that were somehow absent before the change. A negative attitude wipes out self-discipline. A pessimist is someone who complains about the noise when opportunity knocks. A positive mental attitude is an irresistible force that knows no such thing as an immovable body. A positive mind finds opportunity in everything, while the negative mind finds fault in everything. A strong positive mental attitude will create more miracles than any wonder drug. A sunny disposition is worth more than fortune. People should know that it can be cultivated, that the mind, like the body, can be moved from the shade into sunshine. Ability is what you're capable of doing. Motivation determines what you do. Attitude determines how well you do it. An attitude of positive expectation is the mark of the superior personality. Attitude is a little thing that makes a big difference. Attitude is a mental outlook, a frame of mind. It's how you think based on what you know to be true. Attitude is greatly shaped by influence and association. Attitude is more important than the past, than education, the money, than circumstances, than what people do or say. It is more important than appearance, giftedness, or skill. Attitude is the most important word in the language. Attitude for success. Attitude is equally as important as ability. Attitudes are the forerunners of conditions. Being optimistic is keeping one's head pointed towards the sun and one's feet moving forward. Everything can be taken from a man or woman, but one thing, the last of human freedoms, to choose one's attitude in any given set of circumstances, to choose one's own way. Excellence is not a skill, it is an attitude. Having the right attitude is an essential prerequisite for success and happiness. The right attitude is one of the fundamentals of the good. How well we use each day is largely a function of attitude. Human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. I'm convinced that life is 10% what happens to me and 90% how I react to it, and so it is with you. We are in charge of our attitudes. If you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. If you want to change attitudes, start with a change in behavior. It is our attitude towards events, not events themselves, which we control. Nothing is by its own nature clamorous. Even death is terribly only if we fear it. It is your attitude, not your aptitude, that determines your altitude. Nothing can stop the man with the right mental attitude from achieving his goal, and nothing on earth can help the man with the wrong mental attitude. Optimism is an intellectual choice. Other people's views and troubles can be contagious. Don't sabotage yourself by unwittingly adopting negative, unproductive attitudes through your associations with others. Our attitudes is the environment we carry with us during the day. It proclaims to be the world what we think of ourselves and indicates the sort of person we have made up our minds to be. It is the person we will become. How's your attitude today? Our attitude towards life determines life's attitude towards us. Our attitudes shape our future. This is a universal law. Our lives are not determined by what happens to us, but how we react to what happens, not by what life brings us, but the attitude we bring to life. People will always act according to your attitude. If it's negative, expect a negative response. When it's positive, you can expect a positive response. Recognize the link between their attitudes and their level of happiness. Since the quality of your attitude can be improved almost without limit, even a person with average inborn attributes and average acquired attributes can perform at a high level if he or she has a very positive mental attitude. Studies have shown that having an optimistic attitude tends to be appreciably help people to be productive, to eventually live healthier and happier lives. Take charge of your own attitude. Take charge of your own attitude. No one can make you happy or sad but you. The attitude is very important because your behavior radiates how you feel. The first opportunity turns away when it meets a poor attitude. The greatest discovery of my generation is that human beings can alter their lives by altering their attitudes of mind. The meaning of things lies not in the things themselves, but in our attitudes towards them. The more you like and respect yourself, the better you perform in everything you do. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. The only disability in life is a bad attitude. The only thing you can do is play on one string we have, and that is our attitude. The winner's edge is not a gifted birth, a high IQ, or in talent. The winner's edge is all in attitude, not aptitude. Attitude is the criterion for success. There is no sadder sight than a young pessimist. There is very little difference in people, but that little difference makes a big difference. The little difference, attitude. The big difference is whether it is positive or negative. To keep life fresh, you must avoid hardening of the attitude. Weakness of attitude becomes weakness of character. What we know determines our philosophy. How we feel about what we know determines our attitude. When our attitude towards ourselves is big and our attitude towards others is generous and merciful, we attract big and generous portions of success. When you change attitude, you change direction. You are not a prisoner anymore. With the right attitude, human beings can move mountains. With the wrong attitude, they can be crushed by the smallest grain of sand. You can put either a positive or negative spin on any event in life. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control your attitude towards what happens to you. And in that, you'll be mastering change rather than allowing it to master you. Your attitude is one of the best indicators of the person you really are inside. And last, your attitudes are shaped by your culture. And that's a wrap on 50 Words to Your Dreams, Chapter 15, Attitude. Let me know your thoughts on Chapter 15, and if you need some accountability in your life, connect with me for free coaching sessions at coaching@bestbookbits.com. For hundreds of video, written, and audio book summaries, check out our website, bestbookbits.com. Stay tuned for Chapter 16 in the series, Gratitude. Thanks for watching and listening. Have yourself an amazing day, and go manifest your dreams.